Insurance is one of those ways in which we can manage risk within a business. So I'm just going to give you a really short video about the just general rundown of the types of insurance that you need to consider when running your business. Number one on the list is public liability cover. On the whole, it's really cheap unless you're in a high risk profession. My own cover, I think it's less than £100 for the year. Really, really cheap. Public liability is to cover really the members of the public. So if someone trips over something in your office, or say a slate falls off the top of a building and injures somebody, that's what that insurance, it's to cover the third parties. Super cheap, put it in place, normal standard practice stuff. Part of that, sometimes we can have what's called product liability cover. So if you're supplying a product, if there was a product defect in there, again, it would be covering you for that third party risk. Normally it's not terribly expensive to even add that on as well. And sometimes it comes as a bundle as well. So that's your first type, public product liability cover. The second type is employer's liability cover. Now, in the section on staff, employing people, I've recorded a separate video all about employer's liability cover, but that's in case an employee was injured while at work. It would pay out. If you're a company director, you're included as well, which is great news. So just make sure there are legal obligations. You must provide it if you employ people. And again, it's not expensive. Public and employer's liability cover. For my own business with 8 members of staff, I'm only paying about £300 a year. So it's really, really good value for money, and it's covering that risk as well. You can get into serious difficulties if you don't have insurance. The third type of insurance which you might want to consider is professional indemnity cover. This is something that I carry myself. I think off the top of my head, we've got a £300,000 limit on that, which we would pay out on a claim. That's if we make a professional mistake. So someone's been doing their work, they've made an error, and in order to put that right, the insurance would pay out to correct that error. It can be really, really good if you're, for example, in web development, for example. If that can be a massive part. You've made a programming error and it's resulted in a big financial loss for somebody. That's going to cover you. In our particular case, running an accountancy business, if we get the tax calculation wrong, interestingly, it won't cover the tax. It will only cover putting that mistake right. Now, that could be, very, very expensive to put that mistake right. But on the whole, it will only cover you for making a professional mistake. And on the whole, it's quite expensive. Depending on your industry sector, it can get really expensive. You work in a legal profession, you can be paying tens of thousands of pounds, even for quite a small business. There are other types of insurance, I can assure you, but they're kind of the brief overview of the bare bones. If you're going to make a choice, because all of that can be quite expensive to do, definitely take your public and employer's liability cover. If you're within a limited company wrapper, then you probably could make a decision while your business is in its infancy to avoid having professional indemnity cover. If you're in a profession like me, it really needs to be carried all the time. I don't want to, God forbid we make a mistake, and touch wood, we've never had a claim made against us or anything like that in the 10 years we've been running. But it does protect my clients should that happen. I've got other people who work for me. I can't look at absolutely everything in the business. So it's there just to protect me, to protect my staff, and also to protect my clients as well. So just think about insurance. It's a really important part of it, making sure that you're lowering the risk for your business.